where do you, the registered nurses and other professionals, see the balance?
There has to be a reasonable balance.
Reasonable balance?
We don't see that reasonable balance.
What do you mean by reasonable balance?
Reasonable balance is that they must take into consideration the work that we do. All right? And pay us accordingly. Of course, I know that there is no way the government of Ghana can pay commensurate salaries to nurses and midwives like how it's being paid elsewhere. I know for a fact. Okay? But at least pay that person a living wage that will enable him or her to go by. So it's extremely disheartening. My brother, if I don't tell you, I'll not be doing any good to the good people of this country. Our people are suffering, and any least opportunity they get, they will leave the country. And UK, there are several destinations that the people are going. UK is one of them.
Which other destinations?
Oh, several of them. The government, the Ministry of Health is aware. There are about 5 countries even.
So the US?
The US, Canada, Australia. Even recently, Austria and Germany.
Austria and Germany.
The countries that speak German.
I see.
Are recruiting nurses from Ghana. What UK has just brought will not solve any problem. I've told you that it will not solve it. And to me, it's just an attempt to run away from obligation.
What meaning?
Okay. By close of 2020, the UK had lost about 40,000 healthcare workers. Where are they going to fill them? They will fill them anyway, but they don't want to sit down with any government to negotiate such that whatever amount of money that is due the country will be given to them. The minister made certain submission in Parliament and was saying that, oh, they're going to export nurses to UK and the UK government will pay like £1,000. What? £1,000? Does it take £1,000 to train a nurse or a midwife? What we need to do is to sit down with them. We have trained our people for our taxpayers' money.
Indeed.
If we send them there, they are spending 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. Whatever taxes that they will pay to the country should be remitted back to Ghana.
Because the taxpayers' money
Because it was the taxpayers' money that was used to train them. So if you are absorbing them now, then whatever taxes that they will pay every month should be remitted. I'm not saying that the salaries that they are paying them there should be paid to government. That's what I'm saying. It's the taxes deducted from their salaries. That hitherto will go to the UK government. It's what should be repatriated to the country so that we can use that to retain those who are here. It's not like the money should come to the ministry for them to chop. They should give it to the nurses and midwives as retention allowance so that those who want to stay to sacrifice to serve the good people of this country can also have something to live on. That is what some of us are proposing. Not this 1,000 paltry money that the minister was talking about. But before that, I have a more pressing issue, and that's the more reason why I even drove from Koforia to get here this evening.
Tell me.
I have been told that the Minister for Health, since 1st November 2022, had placed an embargo on the clearance form.
That's the information you have.
And it is authentic information.
The nurses from your quarters who are applying to get a clearance to leave the country to go and work in Austria, Germany, UK, the US, the ministry is refusing to give them the clearance.
The ministry is refusing to sell the forms to them.
To sell the forms.
I want to choose my words very well.
So the forms are sold?
The forms are sold to them.
How much?
100 Ghana cedis. It used to be 20 Ghana cedis. Just after 2 days, they moved it to 100 Ghana cedis, to the surprise of all of us. But I'm telling you that some of these nurses travel to India, they travel to South Africa to sit for NCLEX examination. If I can buy a plane ticket to go to India to write examination, just to go to the United States, 100 Ghana cedis worth of clearance will not stop me from going. So the essence thereof is to find innovative and practical way to retain our people. I'm not happy the nurses are leaving.
I see. Dr. Francis Sebo is president of Ghana Medical Association. Let's bring you in. Dr. Francis Sebo, so your take on this. I'm sure you're going to be singing the same chorus, is it not?
Let me say good evening to you, and of course to your viewers. Yes, for UK, they have every right to decide who they put on the red list at any particular moment in time. And this is not the first time Ghana has found itself on that list. It usually depends on what caliber of people they need at any particular point in time. And when they think that their system is almost always full, then they would issue some of these red alerts to try and reduce the number of people coming into the country. So they've done this every every now and then, this is not the first time they are doing this, and so it's not surprising that Ghana finds itself as one of the countries that has been red listed. But we need to put these things into perspective.
Okay.
The red list only serves to reduce mass recruitment by agencies. However, individuals can still apply to the various facilities within the country and still go. So it really doesn't change much. It's just that it makes the process a little bit cumbersome and difficult. But still, people are able to apply on their own and then move to the UK to go and work. So for us, it's nothing new, and it's not something we are even supposed to be worried about. We are rather worried about the fact that we are losing a lot of our healthcare personnel to the UK and other developed countries. And if I tell you that a lot of our doctors are leaving, I'm sure we are aware that the medical data has indicated that sometimes within a month you can have more than 30 doctors applying for clearance to leave. The same thing with the nurses. The nurses are leaving even more than the doctors are leaving. And so it will only reduce the rate at which these health workers are leaving, but it doesn't stop it entirely, because there is still a window which says that individuals can still apply and leave. And so it doesn't change much. Nothing really has changed.
But Dr. Francis, well, you're the president of Ghana Medical Association. How many doctors do you know have left this country, at least in the first quarter of the year, between January and March ending?
I don't have the figures, but if we should do a cursory assessment, if you look at what MDC is saying, that they have monthly about 30 doctors applying to leave, it means that if you put the numbers together, this probably you can multiply it by 12, it means you are losing about 120 doctors. By 3 or 4, you are losing about 120 doctors within this quarter alone. And if you extrapolate it within the year, it means a lot of doctors are leaving. So essentially that is what is going on.
Dr. Francis, appreciate your time. Thank you so much. The president of the Ghana Medical Association. And to you, how many nurses, from what you do know, have left this country between January and March, at least the first quarter?
Now the process has slowed down because of the what
you mentioned.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah, but I will not have the figures immediately. I can.
You can check.
I can check, but I think about 500 people have left. At least I personally know about 30 people who have left, and they actually told me, Dr. Sinclair, please, I'm on my way, and that kind of thing. People who are very close to me, people I was even trying to groom and stuff like that. So the situation is that, and we need to take immediate steps. It appears as if the ministry careless. That is my problem. My frustration is that what I saw in 2001, I mean, fortunately, I've been around for some time now.
Indeed.
What I saw in between 2001 and 2008 is not what I'm seeing. Now, in 2002,
what do you want to see, finally?
President Kufuor invited us to the castle and demanded of us, what is it that we can do jointly to halt this process? It looks as if now nobody cares anymore. And I am saying that the ban placed on the sale of clearance must be lifted.
The ban must be lifted.
It must be lifted. It is illegal. It is fundamentally flawed because it's not everybody who wants to leave this country and go and work. People want to go to school. People want to leave on account of marital reunion. So if I'm a nurse and I don't owe the state and I want to travel abroad, why do you put any impediment in my way? They should find innovative way to retain the people. And the only way out is to improve the service condition. I have mentioned several things. What did we do right previously?
Right.
Don't have time.
Dr. David Tinkrine, I know you're passionate about this, and I thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you driving all the way to be here. Thank you. And then also, he is the General Secretary of the Ghana Registered Nurse and Midwife Association. And to you, Dr. Frank Sebo, President of the Ghana Medical Association, thank you as well. Gentlemen, appreciate your time. On behalf of the rest of the team, thank you so much for staying with us here on Ghana Tonight. Join us same time tomorrow. I am Alfred Ocansey. Have a good night.
Ghana Tonight is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint. Superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage, simply superior.